Well, it can be an option, but for us, we always play good football. We always want to win the second ball and all those things. We didn't find ourselves today. Again, even though at that stage where it wasn't good, the chance with Capen was a clear chance for us to score. If we had scored, maybe the dynamics of the game would change. And so once it's 0-0, then it gives the opponent the opportunity, the belief also to play. And sometimes you need to kill the game within the first half, the chances you get. You have to do that and discourage them in believing that they can do something. We were not able to do that, and it's not too good. But again, we will have to focus on ourselves and see how best we can play in our next coming games.
Maybe lastly, in terms of player profile, we are seeing Ben Stanley also, coming back from international duty, and also, having Capen. So the dynamism, and also sometimes some of these games, the requirement where sometimes they are man to man, and then sometimes you also need, a creative number 10. So in terms of, playing these two, Duang and Ben Stanley, how is it also you managing them and also giving them opportunity and the different profiles that they bring in the game?
Well, I think you've spoken a lot, so I don't even know where to start. But we've almost given everybody the chance to play. Those who were not able to perform well, I think, if I ask you, you all know. But we have to keep it going. Our duty mainly is to improve every player. And so when you get a chance and you're not able to do well, it means somebody else is knocking and that person will get a chance. If you talk of Stanley have had chances to play. Even he was a starter when Austin left, until he got injured, and now somebody else has taken the position, and so he needs to fight and get back into the position.
Coach, one important one. The Black Stars role is now vacant, and media reports in Ghana have linked you with a return to the team. Maybe what's your reaction to that, and will you be open less than 70 days to the World Cup?
I am with Mahia. I'm very happy. I'm doing well. We are fighting for the title, and that is where my focus is. And so nothing comes before that.
Are you flattered?
Oh, I was once the coach of the national team, and so if there's a link, it's not anything negative, it's not anything bad, it's good. I'm a Ghanaian, I love my country, I love the national team, I'll support them in the World Cup, and that will be it. But for now, my focus is with Mahia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Many people have argued that maybe they thought Majak could have been withdrawn a little bit earlier. We saw him play up to the 80th minute mark, and now introduced Mark Vivan Kesa. What are your thoughts on that?
When they quote the Bible, it says that faith are things hoped for but not seen. So I had lots of faith in him that we'll get a goal. Hopefully that it will happen, and it didn't happen. We understand sometimes when a problem happens, the question is what was the issue? We know it well, and who was the person to be corrected or to solve the issue. And today it was Majak. So everyone is leaving the pitch knowing very well that I think it was a sitter, something he just needed to pass into the net. But are we going to cry over spilled milk? No. So for me as a coach, again, I'll give him a chance. Every day I wake up believing that he won't finish the league with less than 5 goals. I brought him for this job. I've done my part, but it's a point that he also needs to do his part.
When we compare,
yes, yeah.
When we compare the last 2 matches, you lost despite being dominant and creating several chances. Today, it's a point gained for you. When we look at results elsewhere in that race to fight off the relegation, we will say it has gone positively for you. Are you picking this point and now using it as a turning point in your fight against relegation?
Yes, and I'm trying as much, or even the club is trying as much, even the players, to try and every time not to be looking at what is happening down here. We know the situation we are in. For us to forge forward, we are looking at the 7 remaining matches. We understand it's a task for us because if you look at it well, even the gods will not allow the team to not to be there in the Premier League because it's hope for many. And we have done lots of induction of youth players to the league. But now coming to the game, we will stick to the plans we are having. And I think the plans are working because we did well against FC Leopards. We lost the match, but did well. We have done well against Mahia. So for us, it's the consistency with the plans we are having. We won't change anything. We will try, stick to our plan until it works.
Coach, you have a relatively young squad, and that's what you are known for. But you have also one of the longest-serving players in Tila, and today we saw him push the team, of course, alongside Otiala. Just how important is it to this young squad, especially at this juncture of the season?
Tila, at his back, he carries the history of the team. I think he has known Sharks better than any other player, and he has served us. He was injured. He's at home, I will say so, and he provides also lots of leadership, mentorship. Aroko was a ball boy to Tila, and so was Razel, and so was Mark. But now they are playing in the same team. I only want to appreciate the fact that he's here serving us very honestly and diligently. Someone that I would even like to coach him while he's at 50, while he's in his 50 years, because he has served us. He knows the club well, the history well, and he's one of the advanced people that we look up to, actually, to uplift up to the next level.
Coach, today we saw you Zadin not coming on. Is that a tactical thing that you had planned? Because Ngume played very well, but Zadin, we're so used to seeing him on the wings and creating so many chances together with Aroko, sometimes with Razel.
It's a team that sometimes you don't need to tinker a lot with the plan. Look at how Victor Ngume was working defensively, and we just got him off at the 90th minute. So had we done so many changes, because where we are also a point serves, then again, it doesn't mean that Zadin wouldn't have made us win the game. But for us, sometimes, do you change when it's working well or when it's not working? So sometimes I thought it was wise for us to stick to the same people. But Razel came in, Mark came in, and their contribution, for whoever came in and whoever was a finisher on the bench and didn't get the time, their contribution still serves.
And does this result today affect how we are going to train, looking forward to playing against Tusker, where we're hoping to at least win or something?
No, we have never, it's all about us. It's all about us. Sometimes we might say that knowing yourself and not knowing the opponent, for every victory you try to go for, you'll suffer defeat. But for us, we're going to go for us. It's all about us. We won't look more about what other people are doing.
Coach, maybe the last question. In the defensive third, you could see Faiz also dropping deep, and also in the attacking third, you really pressed high. Tactically speaking, how did you approach this game?
You spoke of an individual Faiz, someone who is serving as an Benwell. Played all the matches with the intensity that is here. It was a plan, because you had Faiz, you had Tila, you had Kigan, you had Ngume, you had Aroko. But defensively, it was a role to be played by everyone on the pitch. What he did was just to serve his beat in the better half of our side. But for me, everyone else gave his fight.
Coach, I just wanted to ask you this. You've talked about Sharks just being Sharks, not departing, from their philosophy. But when you look at the kind of games that are remaining, I'm just tempted to ask you in terms of your philosophy, tiki-taka. I mean, is it really practical as the moment where you are, you still stick to what's not giving you results?
It's a good question. So because a habit is more of like a skin. So even if you changed, you went yourself there and changed your skin, but the pigment still remained the same. So shall it say that because you were born and you're not there, the richest or the poorest, you change your name? You stick to the same. To me, it's a religion. To me, it's a culture. We are not going to change, and no one is going to change William Muluya. I will not change, because one thing you need to understand. So, what are the factors that are making us to adopt such way of play? Are we physically having players that are muscular, big enough to fight like the others? Then are we not that team that we want to have the inception of young players to the league? So do you bring in someone like Razel to change your style of play and do the long balls to defend against Kibwagi? You get the point? So whether people feel that we have to change our way, it's their opinion. It's their opinion. But I was born that way. I came from the same culture. I'll only tinker it when necessary.